Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make another beaded ring. These beaded rings are actually pretty simple to make, and they're great because you can use up 10mm oddball beads that you have in your stash. So here's what they look like from the side and the backs. They're much easier to make than they look. Let's get started. Here is the list of materials you will need to make a ring. You're going to need 3 feet of 10-pound test monofilament, and I already colored the ends of mine with a permanent marker, a Sharpie. Did one black and one red, and this is so you can better see what I'm doing. You're also going to need one 10mm round bead, 2 6mm beads. These are faceted fire polish check beads. You can also use, instead of rounds, bicones. And this one here I did with bicones. Now I did have to do the band just a little bit differently because the bicones are more narrow than the check beads. So in this one, when I went to go fill in the sides of the bands, I had to do 2 beads on the top and the bottom. But with this one, because the bicone was more narrow at the bottom and top, I only had to do 1. And I'll explain more of this when I get to that part. You're also going to need 18 6/0 seed beads and 11/0 seed beads. With this ring I'm using 3 colors, but with those 2 I actually did 4. This one I'm wearing I did 3 colors to match the bead. So you could see my 4 colors that I did there. And the same with this one. You're also going to need something to cut the monofilament. These are my trimmers. You can also use nail trimmers to cut it, and this tool is optional. Sometimes I need it, sometimes I don't. Tweezers. This is to just get us out of tricky places that our string is going through, but it's going through another bead and we can't get it with our fingers, so I just use tweezers to get it out of there. So this is all you're going to need. Let's get started. Okay, so I have my red string in my left hand and the black in my right. And the first thing I'm going to do is pick up a 6mm bead, and it doesn't matter what string you pick it up on. And on my left string, I'm going to pick up 2 6/0 seed beads. And on my right, I'm going to pick up 2. I'm going to cross to the second bring my ends together and slide this seed bead down. So now we have this. There's a string that's in the center right here, and on this string we're going to put our pearl. Now the string that's coming off to the side, which is my red, I'm going to pick up 6 seed beads with it. 6 6/0 seed beads. Okay, there's my 6. Now I have to find my other string. Here it is. I'm going to pick up this pearl and cross my strings through it, just like this. And now we have this. Now I have to take this string right here and go through this 1 seed bead. So it's my red one. I'm going through this 1 seed bead. Now we have this. I have a string coming out over here. With this string, this red one, I'm going to pick up 6 seed beads. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to find the end of my other thread, and I'm going to cross through the 6 seed bead. And now we have this. Now I'm going to take this string and go through this seed bead right here. Then I'm going to make the ends of my strings even. So from this point on, we're going to be going in a straight motion. We're not going to be turning and stuff. So right now, my strings aren't even. They're uneven. So what I do is I just loosen this up, just like this. I make my strings even. I wrap them around my finger a couple times, and I slide this down, just like this. And now my strings are perfectly even. Same length. Now that we have that done, we have to pick up one 6/0 seed bead on each string, and then my 6mm bead and cross through it. And now we have this. This is our base, and now we're ready to put 11/0 seed beads around the pearl, and what that's going to do is make it look like it's bezeled. Now that both of my strings are exiting out of this 6mm bead, I need to reposition them so I can pick up the 11s. So I'm going to take this string and go through these two 6/0 seed beads, pull it through all the way, go to my other string and do the same through both of these. Just like this. So this is what it should look like. Now I'm going to pick up one 11/0 seed bead and cross through it. Cross through it and bring it down. So it sits right here in this little hole. As you can see the hole over there. Turn it around so it's facing me. And now I'm going to take one of these strings and pick up 4 11/0 seed beads. 4. Slide them down. And we're going to go through the third 6/0 seed bead. So here's the 11. 1, 2, 3. This one right here. Oops. Pull it through, and now we have this. So I'm going in this direction, not that direction, through the seed bead. Now I have to come up and go through the 11/0 seed bead like this. See how it makes a little circle there? And then I'm just gonna push it snug so there's no extra monofilament showing there. And now I'm gonna pick up 3 seed beads. So at the beginning I picked up 4, in the middle I'm picking up 3, and at the end I'll pick up 4. Or actually it's 3, and then I'm going to cross to the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3. So here is the 6/0 we went through. Here's one here. I'm going to skip this one and go through the next one. So in this direction I'm going to go through it this way. Then I'm going to go through the 11 this way. So I'm making another little circle right there. You can see where we wrapped around. So there are 2 seed beads above this 6/0 in the center. Now I'm going to leave this string alone and do the same thing on this side. So I'm right-handed. I have to turn this around. So on this side, again, we're going to pick up 4 seed beads, skip this one and this one. I'm going to go through this one here. Then I'm going to go back around and go through the first 11. And push it together. Pick up 3. I'm going to skip the one here in the middle, this one. So there's this one I did, skipping this one, I'm going to go through the next one. Just like this. Now I have to go up through this 11. So push that tight. Now we should have this. So now I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads on each string, then a 4th, C bead, and I'm going to cross through it. So I have 3 on each side, and then I have this one here that I'm crossing through. Bring it down. Now I have to bend this over, and I'm going to take the string on this side through this bead, pull that through, and then I have to go down this bead. I'm going to do the same on this side. This string through this one, and then through this one. Now I have to cross at this 6mm bead. Cross both of my strings through it. We now have the top of the ring complete, and I'm gonna do the band now, and this here, the sides kind of look a little messy, but that will be cleaned up once I add the band, because we're going to go back through this again a couple times and straighten those beads out. So this is what it looks like. So now we have to do the ring band, and I'm just going to do my lattice band. I'm going to pick up 3 beads on each side. I'm going to do turquoise, the pearl, and the turquoise. Just like this, and then I'm going to cross through a pearl. Bring it down. This is what it should look like. So again, turquoise, pearl, turquoise, turquoise, pearl, turquoise, cross through the pearl. I'm going to do it again. Turquoise, pearl, turquoise, turquoise, pearl, turquoise. Then I'm going to pick up a pearl and cross through that. One more time. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to do it one more time. 3 beads on each side. Pick up a pearl and cross through it. So now you should have this. Keep on going, and there will be a certain point where you'll have to add 2 more of these to get it to fit you just right, and I'll show you when I get to that. So I kept on going, and now I have this. So when you go to make this to fit your finger, with this ring band, it shrinks. So you have to add 2 more of these circles to get it to fit you just right. But you're going to leave the last circle open because we're going to close it around this bead. So try it on, and right there is where it fits me at. So once I get it to fit me, wrapping around as tight as I can go, I have to add 2 more rings, and that's how I get the lattice band to fit me just right. So now that I have these on over here, I have to cross through this 6mm bead. Just like this. Pull the strings. Now my strings are exiting out of this bead. What I have to do is go back through these 6 OC beads. So I'm going to do one side at a time. I'm going to go through this one, through all these over here, just on the sides, not those 2 there, not those 2, just the side ones. There's 2. There's 2 more. And through this one. So this side's now in position. Now I have to do the same over here. I'm going to turn it through this one. these. Get through these over here. Sorry about my dog snoring. Do the last one. Now that we're here, I'm going to pull these strings and tighten it up. So now we're ready to fill in the gaps along the sides. So right here you have to fill in 1 or 2 beads depending on what your 6mm is. With the round beads, my space is so wide that I pick up 2 11OC beads, but when I used bicones, I just picked up 1 11 and then I started going through the band that I already have. So here you can see that there is 1 filling the spaces at the ends of the holes of the bicone, and in this one I had to do 2 because this bead is wider on the end holes. So this one I will also have to pick up 2 because it's the same size as my red one. So pick up 2 11OC beads and go through these 2 beads here on the side, just like this. You're going to go through the blue one and the pearl one. Pull it snug. This is what it looks like. Now if you put it in and it's bunching, that means you have to take 1 out and you can only do 1 seed bead. So I'm going to put one of my strings off to the side and I'm going to work on one side, picking up 2 seed beads at a time and going through the pearl seed bead. 2 here, here's another 2. Go through this pearl one. Two more. Go through this pearl. Two again. Two again. Go through the next pearl seed bead. Sometimes you have to pinch it with your fingers to get that seed bead to stand out. Now I'm going to stop because I'm about halfway through my band and do the other side of my band. 2 seed beads at a time. And go through the pearl one. 2 again. Through the pearl. So this is what it looks like. 2 again. Pinch it. Through this pearl. 2. And through this one. So keep on going, filling in the sides of your ring band till you get over here. So now I'm over here at the sides of my 6mm bead on the other side of my ring. So this is where I was at earlier. And now I'm on this side. I have to pick up 2 seed beads and I'm going to go through this 6O seed bead. And here is where you might need your tweezers. Or you can bend it to get it through. Okay. Got that side through, and now I have to do the other one. So pull it tight. And this is what our ring looks like. So now we're ready to tie knots. So now I'm going to show you how to tie half hitch knots in this ring. I'm going to work one side at a time, and right here, if you pull this open, there are 3 strings, and I want to catch the outside string. So I'm going to pull this open and go through this hole, make a loop, just like this. Then I'm going to go through the loop twice and make a knot. And slide it down right here. Now I'm going to lift this up and go through another bead, pull it, and that knot goes inside of this bead. Now I'm going to tie another knot right here, so I have to take my string and go down. I'm going to come out the bottom, make a loop, and go through this loop twice. Pull the knot down, and now I'm going to go through another bead, and tie another knot. So I'm going to tie a knot between each one of these 6/0 seed beads, and then when I get over here, I tie my last knot right here, go through this 6/0, go through these 11s, these 2 11s, through these 2 11s, and I cut my monofilament right here. Now it might seem crazy tying so many knots, but I realized that when I did that, it kind of straightened out the 6/0 seed beads on the sides. So you could see these here are nice and rounded. They're not all sticking out strange like it does right here where I don't have any knots yet. So that's kind of why I tie so many knots, and this ring won't come undone because there are so many knots in it. I forgot to tell you, after you get done tying the knots on this side, you have to do the same exact thing on the other side, tying your knots, and go through that bead, and once you go through these seed beads here, you can cut your monofilament right here. So make sure that you do both sides with the knots. This is it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and follow me on Facebook. And don't forget to share pictures of the things you've made from my videos. Thanks for watching.